This video is sponsored by Logitech.
There are only 24 hours in a day. 8 of those hours are spent up here, sleeping. Another 8 of those hours are spent doing, regular life stuff. And the remaining 8 we're going to talk about today, I spend here. Today we're gonna go through my current desk setup because this is where I spend a third of my day, so I gotta make sure it is just right. First of all, let's just back up a little bit. If you guys want to see the entire office tour video, I'll have that linked up here because right now we are just talking about the desk itself. But if you want to see the entire design of this office from start to finish, watch this video up here. This is a standing desk, as I just mentioned. We did go with white because we want the whole room light and bright, really airy. I've had this desk in a few different iterations now in different offices. Those videos will all be linked up here as well if you want to go check those out. We've moved offices just a couple times now. And every single time I've had this Jarvis desk from Fully because I just love it so much. There are a couple different things you can do with it. One, you can get the option to have, what are they called? Wheels? Casters? You can get them with wheels, which is what we did because we want the entire office to be really mobile. This is another option I went with. So you can actually get an entire panel here to preset the heights you like for this desk. But personally, I switch the height so much just for my back and my neck that it's a really easy up and down button. We did also get the option that has the built-in grommets. It's got a, what is it, words? Power bar. It's got a power bar that you just clamp on top, and we truly need every single plug available to us in this office. Like every single outlet is in use when we're charging things, even though we have a charging drawer. Like the night before a trip, everything is plugged in at all times. So why I love standing desks, number one, if you change out your chair, you can have a lot of different heights available to you. This is a very low chair. This is not an office chair. I do want to add wheels to it, but it's super comfy. I love the green. It just kind of makes the desk feel like warm and cozy and less sterile. But halfway through the day, I do want to stand up. I do want to move around. You can get a little tired just sitting, and sometimes when I'm jamming to music and editing photos, I want to stand up and like dance a little. So in that case, and now I have a standing desk. It actually goes even higher than this. Now I'm just having fun. That's how high it goes. Everyone, when they walk in here, now that it's all finished and it's been here for a while and a lot of my friends have seen it, they're like, wow, it must be really nice to work in here. I'm like, it is. I wanted it to be a really inviting space. So this room, even though I do work in here, is kind of like my safe space in the house. It's my own space and I love spending time in it. The chair, by the way, is from STRUCTUBE. No, it's not the most ergonomic, but it works for me and how I like to sit while I work. And I've had a couple of other chairs from Fully. I do love them, but this one is just, it's the most comfortable for me. I like what I like. So let's talk about what's on the desk. Now this is kind of the go-to computer for every tech YouTuber in 2022 right now, and that's the Mac Studio. I am really enjoying using this from a visual perspective. It's pretty, it's easy. I got all the ports I need here. I have my SD card reader. If you've been around on this channel for a while now, you'll remember that I did have a custom built PC. If you want to link to that video to see the specs of it, I'll have it linked up here as well. Switching back to an Apple ecosystem and the Mac ecosystem has been really nice. I wear an Apple Watch. You see me wear it all the time. I've always had an iPhone, I mean, as long as I can remember now. And it's just so convenient to be able to, especially for what I do, to be able just to airdrop photos and notes and things to my phone back and forth. It's hard to compete with it, even despite the price point. If you guys want all of the specs on this Mac Studio, I'll have them up on screen so you don't have to hear me say them forever. Just pause the video. I'll wait. Moving on. Now going along with the Mac Studio, we have the Mac Studio display monitor, 27-inch, 5K. It's hard to say no to something that looks this good on your desk. That's number one. It's great to edit photos on. I really enjoy it. There isn't a whole lot to say about it. It's great. Now the speakers on it are also quite fantastic. I do have a positive grid little mini amp speaker in here as well that I do use. I do use it, but it's just so easy to play Spotify off this and it sounds great. So I usually find myself myself doing that quite often. You'll notice I don't have any other speakers on my desk, and that is why I think the sound is great, just for convenience, and I'm not mixing audio or doing anything like that on this computer, so it doesn't really matter for me, but I think it sounds good. Speaking of beautiful tech to put on your desk, let's talk about the keyboard and mouse.
These are the Logitech MX keys for Mac and the MX Master 3S for Mac.
And what I love about it is obviously the design. I love the dark space gray. It's just moody and delicious. The mouse is super ergonomic. The keyboard is really ergonomic. It's tilted up a little bit. One of those keyboards that you pick up and very naturally and seamlessly you're typing super fast on it, and I feel like that's the sign of a great keyboard. They're quite low profile, but not too low profile where you can still feel them, like they still exist, but it is still very sleek. Both of these are a part of the Master series from Logitech as well. The layout of the keys on this keyboard is similar to the Apple one, and that is important to me because obviously speed and shortcuts are very important to me. It also has a full number pad on the right side, which I like because whenever you are inputting numbers, it's really annoying to use two fingers and go up here. It's just really easy to do all of that with your right hand. Personal preference, I like that. Now the keyboard is also backlit, and the really cool thing is it has a proximity sensor, so when my hands get close to it, it automatically senses that they're there and lights up the keys. That's pretty neat.
So the MX Master 3S mouse is probably my favorite out of the two products because
it has to be the most comfortable mouse I've ever used. It features a ton of really intuitive gesture controls specifically designed for Mac. It also has a bunch of app-specific controls for apps like Photoshop or Final Cut or Premiere Pro, for example, all of the things that I work in. So the battery life of both of these is obviously really important. It's so annoying to have to recharge these when they are wireless. So let's talk about that for a hot second. So with the keyboard, it's gonna last about 10 days on a full charge if you have the backlight on. If you turn the backlight off, you're working with about 5 months. With the mouse, you will get 70 days on a full charge. That's a lot of days. They both have USB-C ports for easy charging. The last thing I will say about the keyboard is you can actually have it paired to multiple computers at one time. So if you're working back and forth, even with your laptop beside you, you can switch back and forth, which is pretty awesome. It is modular depending on what your desk setup is. I can say I've used that before and I do find it super, super handy. The most important thing about any Bluetooth tech that you're using with your computer, especially when it comes to the keyboard and the mouse, is you want something that's gonna be really seamless. You don't wanna be fiddling with the Bluetooth settings, having it disconnect all the time. It's annoying. We don't have time for that. So the biggest thing I like about this entire system is that everything just works really seamlessly together. I have worked with Logitech quite a few times on this channel, and they've been a great partner to work with, but I honestly am huge fans of their products, so I just want to send out a thank you to Logitech for sponsoring today's video, and now you know why I'm a big fan of the Master series from Logitech. Now let's talk about some of the smaller accessories on my desk that I am very selective with, and even if you did see that first office reveal video, things have changed a little bit, but some things haven't changed at all. So for one thing, we have this GROVEMADE MAGSAFE iPhone charger, although it's very nice looking. It's a dark wood. I really wish they made this in a lighter wood that didn't have orange on it. That's my disclaimer, but I keep it on my desk because it's just so freaking handy. It's really easy to just connect my phone onto it, done, you know, and it's propped up so I can see notifications coming in. If I need to FaceTime someone and I need my phone plugged in, I can do it while it's charging as well. So even though I can do it on my computer now, I realize that I've used it for that in the past. So I do highly recommend this charger if you're looking for a good one to just have on your desk ready to go at all times. Could be good beside your bed as well. Salty. This has been with me through so many apartments. I think I first got it when I was like 19 or 20. It was a birthday present from my cousin and my aunt. I have no idea where they got it from. I like having it. For one thing, I mean, I've always loved it because it's just cute and hippie-ish and moody. It has a really nice, warm, light, warm vibe to it. It's also supposed to get rid of like positive ions in the air. I don't know if I really believe that, but it is Himalayan salt. It is real. Luna used to lick it when she was a kitten because it's salty. When we did have this hooked up to Alexa or our Google in the past, we would call it salty and say, hey Google, or hey Alexa, turn on the salty, and it would do it, and that was really cute. It makes the desk a cozy vibe. It's just nice to have on. And when I'm in here editing photos, it doesn't give off so much light that it interferes with what I'm editing, but it's still nice to have on in the same way that like you have a candle on. Next, I have this little notebook and this pen. I believe this pen is from GROVEMADE. If it's not, I'll have it up on screen. It is just a really nice gold pen. First of all, it looks nice on your desk. Second of all, this is the pen I reach for. It's easily accessible. Because it's so nice, I don't lose it and I don't throw it away, and no one asks to borrow it because it's clearly my pen on my desk, whereas I have another little pencil holder with like different pens and pencils and scissors in it. Those are the ones that people can grab. This is my pen. Don't touch my fucking pen. And it's just a really nice pen to write with. This little book, Chris got me, I believe either in Iceland or Greenland, and it's just got blank pages in it, but I look at the screen so much during the day, and I do make a lot of notes on the computer and in all of the different like productivity apps we use, that once in a while it's just nice to have a physical list, or sometimes when you're on the phone, it's just easier to write something down really quick. So I do like having this just available on my desk. It's small, it's minimal, but it's just nice to have a little notebook on your desk. So it's either right here or I just tuck it right underneath my display and it's out of the way and it's aesthetic. One thing we always have in this office, and Chris has a similar thing going in his office as well, is smells are very important. Also to the creative process, you can actually associate smells with a certain thing that you're doing. So whether that's productivity and working or whether it's to wind down, I like having something that smells like Palo Santo or sage or like mahogany or something really like earthy burning. So we always have a candle going. I got it from a health food store. It's probably overpriced, but this is one of my favorite ones. It's just sage. And then I have an overpriced lighter we got from Emmy Leon Dore when Josh and I were in New York, and it has a naked lady on the back. So that is my entire desk. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe if you're not already, leave a comment down below if you think there's anything I should add to my desk or any other parts of the office you'd like to see me delve into a bit more on this channel. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next one, and I have a lot of work to do.